crime still exists in D.C. It still exists in Baltimore. It still exists in cities across the country. But it is down. It's at a 30-year low, in D.C. Baltimore is the safest it's been in 50 years. If Trump wanted to actually make cities safer, if he was funding programs that would actually help support cities, instead of just doing this performative National Guard, $123 million funding that he did in L.A., what would he do? What should he do?
He should do what we've been doing here in the state of Maryland for the past 2.5 years. When we first came on board, I said I refuse to be a governor that just gives eulogies and offers thoughts and prayers. That we were actually going to work together to be able to address this issue. And we made historic investments in local law enforcement. We invested over $50 million in the Baltimore City local law enforcement alone, that we were able to make sure we had a police force that was actually supported, that we were able to make sure we're investing in technologies and predictive analytics and both stopping crimes before it happens and also making sure that if someone commits a violent crime, particularly with a firearm, I want them in handcuffs in 24 hours. And we're able to work with our local jurisdictions, working with Mayor Scott, working with our county executives, working with our community groups and our violence intervention and violence interruption groups, because so much of the violence that we were seeing was retaliatory by nature. So you could actually stop that before the violence continued to escalate. That Maryland became one of the only states that actually helps to fund the U.S. attorney out of balance sheet. And so we're able to take a lot of these gun crimes and turn them into federal crimes, that we funded our state's attorneys and making sure we can increase the prosecution rates and increase the closure rates on violent crimes. And that has been the things that have helped to lead to the type of historic results where now Maryland is seeing amongst the fastest drops in violent crime amongst any state in the entire country. And we know we have more work to do. I will never be satisfied if there is one person who does not feel safe in their neighborhoods and their communities. But I can tell you right now, the way we do it is by partnership. The way you do it is by putting the authority back in and working with our local jurisdictions. And it's just ironic to me that it's Donald Trump and the Republican Party, the party of get big government out of our way, that are now the ones deciding to put millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars into doing something that is performative at best.